Okay, something that has gotten a whole lot of press. We probably don't need to talk about it, but I can't help it. Kim Kardashian. She was married for 72 days.
What a hot mess.
I don't know, is that
Seriously.
even the issue? Is the 72 days the issue?
I think the issue is that
extra,
it was a press thing.
Yeah, all the unnecessary.
How much she got paid to get married?
Or whether it was
Did
all
she
a
get
hoax
paid
or
to
not.
get married? Do you think so?
It was huge payday.
Yeah?
It was huge. It's like millions.
Did they pay her though, or did
Well-
they just? I thought her wedding was from sponsors. Like, you know, they give the flowers and then she just says, you know, so and so did her flowers. So it's kind of like a sponsorship, not so much that she got the money in her pocket. I don't know. This is just what I assumed.
But
how
it was
worked.
televised on E, right?
It
Yeah,
was.
it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And
So
then
she
she
would've got
got
paid
paid
from
for
the
She got,
show.
yeah, she got a
That's very
payday
true.
on that.
Appearances.
That's
She
Yeah.
got paid for that.
So, I mean, I'm not one to cast judgment. However, I'm going to say that Kim has lost her mind. And her mother has lost her mind even more. They're just a creepy bunch now. And actually, it was somebody said something funny. They're like, the marriage didn't last because he was only half black.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
So, you know, so it's
likes
like
her brothers.
she likes the chocolate. She likes a little bit of chocolate.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know whether to feel bad for him or that he was part of the crazy machine.
Or like,
or-
was it an elaborate hoax? I mean, I don't
yeah.
really read, you know, like the People and like those kind of magazines, but
Sure you
was it? No, I promise you, I really, really don't. I have no time for the drama. But it's like, was it really like, was it really a setup? I mean, did they really like kind of playing the whole thing out as a
Maybe.
publicity stunt?
Maybe
you know,
because of
This
the
is
money.
me being naive. Okay, and if
or
it
I'm
is,
just a,
please
I'm just
tell
a
me.
conspiracy theorist.
But
I
I
guess.
think, yeah, and you might be right.
Oswald.
But I've watched the show before the whole wedding thing. I've seen not every episode, and I'm addicted or
It's
anything.
okay if you
but
have. We won't
sometimes,
judge
you. I have
on
as well.
occasion, I've seen the show.
It's a train
and
wreck.
she seems to be like a lot of women who are in love with
the
love.
being
with
in
big
love.
love, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, I think at some point in our life we've all been there. Like, you know you're with the wrong person, but you just love the love. So
I feel the love.
I wonder if that was more, you know, I don't know if, like, maybe it started out that way and then snowballed into this whole, you know, let's do it for
Yeah.
the publicity kind of thing. But I think she probably was just in love with the idea of being in love, which isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, but when you have cameras in front of you all day, every day, then you're open to the
Yeah, your life is really not
speculation.
anywhere near normal.
I mean, and I don't really watch the show a whole lot, but I did see, like, when they were getting ready in the marriage preparations, and I was like, really? You know, you're being really rude. And it's like, I wasn't really feeling that. I was
Yeah,
like, you're
like
kind of
something was
obnoxious.
off. Yeah.
You know, and it just really seemed kind of off to me. And again, I mean, I didn't have like a huge elaborate kind of production either with cameras following me, but still, it just seemed like it was a little bit, I just didn't really like what I saw as far as her personality and the whole
Yeah.
thing. And it just, I wasn't feeling that. I was not feeling that at all.
Yeah.
And
when
so, you know.
when you
Yeah,
put
to
your
me,
life
it's
in
too
front of
much.
cameras,
It's
you're
just
open.
there was too much going on. It was like how many dresses, how many salons, and it's like seriously how many parties. And I understand
Right.
like you know a lot of women there will be like. You know, I'm almost 30, you know, I want to have the kids, I want to be married. And yes, that's, you know, our dream is
Yep.
be dressed in white, have kids, happy family, you know.
White picket fence.
You know? But it's like, you just went off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the deep end.
Limit.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You
all that
know.
stuff, even for us regular folks, sometimes
Yeah.
once you get caught up in all that stuff,
Yeah.
you kind of forget why you're getting married. And once the day
Exactly.
is over,
And then
you
you
have to be
kind of
with
like,
that person.
and now you're stuck
Right.
for 72 days.
72 days.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
it's like you have
and
this
it's
whole-
like, you know, it's like 72 days. You should be just still in
Yeah,
cupcakes
and just
pink
happy,
and like,
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
cloud moment.
shouldn't have gotten out the
said that I'm
bed.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Right,
this
exactly,
morning,
exactly.
You know?
Right,
it's just,
right.
It's just like, I don't know. I think to me, it's like, you know, it was downfall for the money and bottom line because
Yeah.
I just don't, how in the world will you be divorced already by 72 days?
Because you spent all this time, money, and energy getting married versus planning to
Planning the
be
marriage.
married. You know, or, I'm sorry, planning a wedding versus planning a marriage. There's a
Right,
difference.
right.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
so that ended kind of short,
Kind of think.
but Herman Cain, is that maybe lasting too long? His wife came out recently, and I'm just saying who am I to judge, but his wife came out recently and spoke to the media And she basically had, you know, the whole stand by your man position, which, depending on how you look at it, could be, you know, a good thing. So in that situation, like, what do you do? Do you stand by your man, or do you
Get the stepping, as
hit
you
the road?
as you say.
But marriage is supposed to be for better, for worse. You know, we all make mistakes, or not make mistakes. Can be accused of making mistakes.
Or accused of multiple mistakes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting. Like her, I don't know if it was interesting because we've seen that a lot, you know, with politicians and stuff.
Yeah,
but
their wives.
yeah,
It
but-
certainly is not a big deal anymore, sadly. It's not like a big, people don't gasp and shock and awe because somebody has been accused of sexual misconduct or something. I mean, we've seen it for years now, and now it's kind of, it's almost a gimme that, you know, it's gonna, you know, somebody's gonna be accused of something like that. I don't know. I think that if she knows her husband and she feels that he's not, you know, guilty of these accusations,
Or this too shall pass.
or this too shall pass, or that she wants the glory of being somebody who's in the spotlight's light's wife. You know, I mean, politicians' wives aren't innocent. They know what's going on. They know.
Or
the
she may
life.
also even if it may be true, and she may feel I love him anyway.
love him,
He's
yeah.
my husband. We have a life together. You know,
Too much
like,
invested to walk
Yeah,
away.
and that happens too in marriage. Like you
Yeah.
know, you spend a lot of time, and sometimes you accept things that other people might not think you should, but
Right.
you're in it. You know,
They
so,
just happen to be under a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Serious magnifying
I
glass.
know. He seems a little wackadoodle, so I say she should walk.
Also, just briefly, I did want to talk about, before we change segments, Andy Rooney passing. It happened a couple of weeks ago, but it definitely has left an impact. And one thing that I just kind of like to leave the segment with is a quote that he had, which is, "Happiness depends more on how life strikes you than on what happens." And for me, I just thought that quote was really powerful. Happiness is a choice.
It definitely is.
So,
Andy
yeah.
Rooney was one of a kind, for sure.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah, he
sure.
will be missed. We will be back.